Give it some time. We live. Over 30 episode. Over 30 podcast episode 11.
We live.
You know what? Hey, as y'all come in the building, as we shared, wait till some of y'all come in here and we'll get it. We'll get the recap started as we get it shared and all those things. Let's see here. And as you get your earrings, get your shit straight.
We live.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead. Go ahead. You go ahead and get it shared. I'm gonna go ahead and get it shared, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get the promo. Play the promo. How you feel about, how people attach themselves to Hollywood marriages?
Hollywood, you publicize your life and everything is at the forefront. Everything is conspicuous. Everything that you do is televised. Basically, everyone is looking at everything. So you gotta understand, we live in a society where everybody wants that. They idolize that. It's that gratification, that popularity, that fame, that fortune, all the things that come with it. They see it on TV and they want that. They hold them to a standard too. They associate their standards with with the capacity of themselves, and whether or not if they make it, if Cardi B makes it, I know I can make it.
The one thing that I speak out against is celebrity culture. I hate it. I hate celebrity culture so much. It just don't represent any type of real nothing.
Yeah. At this point, if you in Hollywood, have an open relationship.
Oh, jeez.
What do you think? Do you think men in Hollywood can?
I don't think there's no incentive to. There's no incentive.
After Beyonce got cheated on,
broke niggas can't be faithful. Broke niggas struggling with being faithful. It's about appreciation of your woman. Period. Mm-hmm. Niggas that appreciate their woman don't cheat, and that's for the simple. I mean, you could love her, and cheat.
So, Do you think withholding sex from them is actually something to some women have the 3-month rule?
Man, y'all niggas gonna be mad at me. Niggas is gonna be mad at me.
He's giving all the game today.
That's what worked on me. That's what worked on me.
Get this beat untagged for free at freebeats.io.
Yeah, we in here. This is the Over 30 Podcast. What's good?
Over 30 Podcast, we live.
Yeah, it's your boy Domo, the political plug. I'm here with the Over 30 holistic expert, Teisha Marie.
Hey now.
What's good with you? How are you?
I'm perfect. How are you?
That sounds great. I'm good.
Good?
I wish I could say I was perfect, but yeah. I'm good. But here we are for another Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Early week, getting it started. It ain't as bad as a Monday, so you ain't feeling. You know what I'm saying? Niggas feeling a little bit better. One day closer to Friday. I see you got your yellow. What's that? What's her name? Oshun.
Look at you.
You know what I'm saying? Listen,
you're
don't
lit.
sleep.
You lit.
Don't sleep.
He's fine. Like, look.
Yeah, don't sleep.
Every week you surprise me.
I'm telling you. Listen, I'm studied. I pay attention to things. You feel me? I'm trying to be up on game. But here we are. How are you doing today? I see you getting your sage cracking.
Got my sage cracking. I got my Oshun energy popping. Got my yellow. Got my chakra bracelets. I need to get my crystals.
All of that. Yo, yeah, you can't be missing none of it. It got to be all together, all compact. Hey, y'all come in.
Charged my crystals and cleaned them. And
there you go. Do you got the fast charger on them? You got the fast charger?
Nah, I set them out and a sun and the moon. And
Okay.
I set them out for 48 hours, sun and the moon. And then I put them in water, some alkaline water, and I put selenite powder on it. I'm
Got
gonna
you.
have to teach y'all some things about charging some crystals the right way and
Okay,
cleaning.
getting your crystal
Yeah.
charged properly.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. But
Hey, I
anyway,
mean, listen, it's rocks. I respect though. I'm trying to.
what
I want to
did you just
learn.
say? Excuse me.
No,
Hold
I mean,
on.
no,
Did
no.
you
This
just
is.
say rocks?
I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
we
babies.
gotta go
He
back. We
did
gotta go back. We
not
gotta go back.
mean it. Yeah, yeah.
Let me
Go
redo
back.
that.
Go
Let me
back.
redo that.
Yes, please.
You know what I'm saying? The
Please.
crystals. The crystals.
Thank
You know what I'm
you.
saying? I'm still early in the game.
He called them rocks.
So, work with me, bear with me. You feel me as I kind of adapt. Uh but today we're not talking about crystals.
We're not talking about crystals today.
We got much more serious conversations to talk about today. Um Specifically we're going to be talking about patience. You feel me? We're going to be talking
Patience.
about patience. And the waiting game. Now, this is a conversation that you started, to be fair. Um, ex-
Absolutely.
Explain to the people where this came from, how it popped off.
Well, originally I seen a meme and it spoke about basically relationships and how a relationship dynamic should go as far as like who should do what and where should it take off from there, like initiating sex and when to implement it and all these things that surround a meme. And I just kind of it just kind of posed a lot of questions. So just basically, yeah, it's a lot surrounding that. It's a lot of byproducts from that, that stem from that personal question of relationships. And
So we got the meme right there.
he just
Uh,
it's just
it was
on. I
thought
mean,
provoking.
this meme is from my is basically, personally it's real unrealistic. However, I have seen it happen before. I think it was really unbeknownst to them. I think they really was just coasting, but strategically, I think the man probably already had that made up, or he was probably content with it going at that pace. But I don't think the woman really would be okay with it going at that pace.
Okay, so let's talk about the pace. He said talking stage now for all black people, and of course a man came up with this because first off the nigga said talking stage 2 years. My nigga, lucky. You know what I'm saying? You be blessed to find a woman that's trying to talk for 2 years, nigga. You got 3 months, and then what are we doing? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, talk. Okay, 2 years. All right. So then you got a relationship for 5 years. After y'all been talking for two,
Two.
relationship 5 years.
That's seven.
That's 7 years total. Engagement, being engaged for 3 years. So
That's
if getting
10.
engaged is 7 years, you engaged for 3 fucking years. That's 10 years.
That's 10 years together.
And then you plan the wedding for a year and a half.
It's 11
That's
and a half years, people.
11 and a half years. That's I mean only a nigga would come up with some shit like this.
I have a question. Now, planning the wedding is not even actually setting the date to get married. It's just I mean, that's just setting a date to get married. So start planning the wedding. Is that like
Yeah,
another
like
year?
right.
Another 2 years?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Only, and this is what social media do to niggas. Everybody think they an expert.
I
Everybody
mean,
everybody got to lay it
I'm
out.
like really, I'm realistic and I'm logical, so I'm really dismantling it, and I'm trying to figure out: do he mean by planning a wedding? Do he mean an extra year and a half, 2 years upon when they actually get married? Because it just
Yeah,
says
that's
plan
right.
the
Yeah,
wedding.
yeah. Just planning the wedding for that long. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And so you know
oh, it says
this.
get plan the wedding for 5 years and
Yeah,
then
nah,
okay,
and then,
I
yeah.
see, get married. Okay, I didn't see that part. Okay, makes sense now.
So this gets us to the question though. You know what I'm saying? That I feel like that's a that's silly. That's some lucky shit. But it gets us to the question: how long should the dating process be? Because I mean, this nigga said talking for 2.5. Yeah, I mean that's. But what does that look like? What is dating? You know what I'm saying? How long should these things progress in your eyes? Because I've
Okay.
been out of the game for a while, so I can't even begin to conceptualize. Like back when, just kind of give you a heads up. Back when I was still dating, or actually back when I was in like a dating type of capacity, that was something that you didn't do. like like a nigga went to the movies or some shit. You came back to the crib. The homies is like, nigga, you was at the movies. You going on dates? Oh, silly ass, nigga, oh, cuddling ass,
Wow.
comfortable ass. So that's the type of that was the mentality that I was in the last when I was actually like in a position in
And
the capacity to date. So
wow,
help me
was it?
understand.
It was frowned upon.
I mean, amongst my in my inner circle, it was like the race to see who could be with a woman for a particular amount of time and not be committed at all.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Whew.
We was like, it was like if you the next nigga that got a girlfriend, you lost, like you was out.
Well, my thing is this. What was the question again? I asked the question again.
Yes, it is. How long should the dating process be? Right. First, let's
Uh,
start with what do you consider to be the dating process?
all right. So I think the dating process. I think for me personally, now it's all subjective, and it's innovative in its own way. People innovate and create their own ways and own styles of dating. However, for me, I will um it demystify dating for me is basically a man saying like, "Hey, I like to take you out, get to know you better." And we actually spending a lot of time together, getting to know each other, hanging out, talking on the phone,
So,
visiting one another,
let
those
me.
type of things. Now,
So the
now there's a stage that people don't talk about, and that's the talking stage. Now, I think that's different from the dating stage.
okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes,
Let me ask you this though. So the dating stage, you saying like take you out, i.e., restaurants,
yeah,
movies,
yeah.
creative little shit, go to the
Yeah,
park.
just building, getting to know each other actually,
Got you.
seeing what we like, what we don't like.
Extracurricular. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
So then, but this talking stage.
This talking stage. Now, no one talks about the talking stage.
Yeah.
And then there's a stage before talking. It's
Okay.
like if you
Okay.
interest. Now, listen, there's levels to this. It's
Okay.
levels to this. Right? Let me
Okay.
break it
It's
down.
the stage before talking. Help me out.
So listen, don't listen to me, people, because I haven't dated in 6 years.
Then what are you doing? What's happening?
Listen, look,
Did you get
look,
lost on all them damn levels, girl? That's your
listen.
problem. That's your
Hey,
problem.
I put it in. Listen, there's a stage before the talking stage. It's the interest stage. It's just like seeing if you're actually interested in that person to actually continue to talk to them.
Okay.
The talking
So what does that
stage,
consist of? What is the interest? What is the interest
the
stage?
interest is like don't have each other number, but you hitting each other up on Facebook and Instagram, and
Okay.
you're just
Okay.
trying to see if that person energy is good enough for you to go to next level. You
Yeah.
got
Okay.
good vibes, you feeling it. You're like, okay, let me give him my number. Let me see if this is good. I'm feeling him, so
Okay. So this is
let
so
me shoot him my
y'all do y'all
number.
little thing in the DM. The interest stage is y'all do y'all thing in the DM.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
It's just like,
Okay.
okay, let me see if he's worthy of getting my number.
Okay. You know what?
That's the
And that's some
interest
crazy
stage.
shit because being out of the game for so long, social media for me ain't what it, you know what I'm saying? Cause like I was only in the DMs, like fuck, I don't even want your number. Like we can do everything we doing. We get
The
everything
same,
that we need
yeah.
to set to set up.
It is like kind of like having someone's number when you DM them. Like it's just like
Yeah.
it's the same way. You can actually have access to them just the same way as you can text
Okay.
them. So, but
Okay.
for me, I really do not make myself accessible. I feel like giving my number, you now have intimate access to me. Now you
Yeah. Somebody
know.
reverse your look your shit up on some stalker shit.
Yeah, I mean, look, you gotta know who you dealing with. So you gotta really be like, let me see if this person. I'm sure. I call it the vet stage. You vetting that person. You basically seeing if that person meets the criteria and the qualifications and the attributes that you hold with the
Got you.
person that you want to go
Got
to
you.
the next level. And
Yeah.
then after that, you going, to the talking stage. Talking stage, you talking, getting to know one another, saying, okay, let me see if this person ain't crazy so I can go out with them and start dating them.
Ah,
So,
okay. So for
you're doing your
you,
homework, you're doing your research.
that talking stage does not require y'all like it's not in like intimate like
Oh, no,
spaces.
no, no, no,
Nah, we
no.
just like texting, quick phone
Exactly.
conversation.
Exactly.
Okay, okay, that's talking.
Yeah. Let me
Okay.
see if now that I'm
That
interested,
what
let
that
me
nigga
see
was
if you're
talking about talking,
interesting.
his talking was something completely different. Cause ain't nobody about to do
It
that
was
for no
different.
fucking two.
No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no 2 years. That listen, I can do all of what he did, he named on that whole list in 2 years. My
Yeah.
expectation is to get that done in 2 years.
In 2 years, the whole list.
The whole list, 2 years.
Okay, so at what point does the talking transition to the dating?
At that point to dating, basically after you did your homework and you made sure that person ain't crazy, don't have any types of motives, don't have any women in the, hidden, or any type of relationships, or any, put you in danger in any kind of way. And
Okay.
you can,
Okay.
you can be dealing with some crazy people, so you got to really do your homework and research, especially in these times.
Yeah.
You got to really make sure that person is, you know, good enough for you to actually go out in public with, you know.
Okay.
So that's talking. I think that's very imperative for so many reasons, especially for women. I think that's super imperative. Women have to be careful who they just up and date. I've seen so many stories about women just getting going out on dates with men and they're murdered, they're raped, they're beaten, they get beat, anything can happen. So I think that stage is very imperative for women, because you never know, especially if you give your address to a man, because he's coming to pick you up to take you out on a date. And that is scary. So please, 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 that stage is very imperative, and they don't talk about that enough. That stage, talk to the person, get to know them before you start
Shit, all you gotta do is
dating.
watch a little bit of Law and Order. You won't
Yeah,
trust another nigga in your life. All right,
exactly.
so you start the dating phase, and then it's like, is dating boyfriend and girlfriend?
No,
That's,
ew.
why you say ill
No,
though? Why you say
because
ill?
you know what's crazy? I've had men say I literally probably just inbox them on Facebook or DM them on Instagram,
I
and
so
they
you be
literally
in
say,
DMs,
"No,
okay?
I've never DM'd
Look your
someone." But
DM,
no,
okay,
no,
let it be
listen.
known.
I've had
It go
people
down.
say, "I used to talk to her just because we DM back and forth." Like, "Oh yeah, yeah, well, I used to talk to her." Like, no, that's not it. No, we didn't. Listen,
Nah,
this is
nigga,
the
using
level
the
we were on.
interest stage,
There
nigga.
was
Using the interest, nigga.
exactly,
That was preliminary, nigga. Look,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
It's
See,
just
to
like
me,
a
station.
job. You was just getting interviewed.
He didn't get a call back. He didn't get the call back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We decided
Uh-uh.
to go in another
So
direction. Looking
so
at.
right, yes. So it's just like a job. You got the interview stage, and then you might come back for the second interview, and then
Uh
you might get offered the job, which is symbolic for the dating stage, and then you might get a promotion, which is
okay.
the relationship.
Okay,
Then
so the
you get
promotion
some
is the relationship.
benefits. Then you get
Okay.
some benefits.
Oh, so dating don't come with no benefits.
Nah, dating don't come with no benefits. I
They
mean, it come with a little bit benefits. You get paid, in other ways. You just don't get a third base.
damn,
But
damn.
then you get the benefits like the health care, the
The
401k.
getting taken
Yeah,
care of. You know what I'm saying? Then you able to
exactly.
afford the physicals. You
The
know what
physical.
I mean? Nah, I mean, so dating, that's just like nigga, you could take me out. That seems very one sided.
Oh,
That seems very
I
one sided.
I feel like you get a a lot from that. I mean, you still talk, you still hang out, you still go out, and not necessarily like she can initiate it too. So I think he benefits a lot from it. I don't think he
beneficial.
necessarily.
So, because it's like, as a man, I'm trying to think,
What you trying to
what
think?
do I get out of this? like, like with the
Look,
dating, in terms of the dating stage, it's like, I'm taking you out, we spending time, we talking, and that's still
I'm gonna give
like,
you a little. I'm gonna give you a little secret. If
okay,
if if you do the dating stage right, you won't have to ask where the next stage is at because she gonna
okay,
initiate it. She
okay.
gonna
So
initiate it.
there you go. There you go. Okay,
She's gonna initiate it.
that's an interesting aspect of it, because a part of the problem is that is kind of like the way you talking about stages, you where a nigga think he at in terms of the stage, niggas typically in they mind they much further in stages than what you indicating right now. I feel like I didn't fell into that.
Slow.
I didn't
You
fell into that maybe once or twice
Now this is
early
just
on.
me
Early
how
on.
I do things, and that's probably why I'm single. But I do things like that. I first got to see if I'm interested. Then I start talking to you to get to know if you good enough and meet the criteria for me to actually take the next step into
And go
going
there
on a
and
date.
be a responsible one. But we gonna talk about that though.
Exactly.
This
We're gonna
we
talk about
actually gonna
that.
talk about that. We gonna talk about that. So I don't want to get too far in that yet. But we talking about just the more relationship aspect, the being together aspect. Um, Let me do this in terms of like the dating in the relationship, right? How does that transition take place? Does it require a conversation? Yeah, I mean, does it just go from dating to? Because because again, we talking about it like people in their 30s, and I done been in a relationship since my early 20s, so it's never been this. I don't know. It's 2020. I'm in a whole new decade. I'm completely out the loop. You know
Me
what I mean? I
too.
talked to my partner. I got a homie. Shout out to my homie AT in Houston, and I mean, living his best life. Like, I just hit him up just to like live vicariously. Like,
I was
damn,
about
bro.
to
Yeah, hey, like that's how life is. I mean, cause ain't nothing wrong with it. I love my wife. You feel me? I looked up. You know what I'm saying?
say.
Like, my family. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm like, oh, I wish I knew, because it's like I know the hard aspect of it. I know the other side. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So
Yeah,
I'm
look,
cool. I'm cool with where I'm at.
it's
But
dry out here. It's dry.
it's like
Desert.
that. It's like that. So tell me this: relationship, in terms of the dating in the relationship, what's kept you? What's the barrier? You know what I mean? Like, what's the in terms of dating a nigga? What usually stop a nigga from going from dating to, you know what? That's what it's gonna be.
What for his on his end, or just for me to
I'm saying for
determine
you.
that?
I'm saying for you. Yeah.
What would prevent him from saying like,
Now, what are things that happen in that space? Because I'm saying shit. You didn't. How many? Would it like? I mean, is it that dry? When the last time you been on a date? You don't even know how to do it. Damn, I'm talking to the wrong one. Hey, somebody, if y'all in the chat, I need y'all help. We got a whole conversation and me and her can't even have it. we talking about some whole shit that she cannot help me with. I'm up here thinking, all right, we got a topic.
that's so jacked up.
We
You know
go
what? Look,
we gonna help
look.
y'all. I'm thinking like,
Hey,
okay,
ladies,
Teisha
help me
got the
out. Help
advice.
me out. I need some advice too. Help me out, ladies. Hit us up. Help me out. What are the steps?
Look,
Because I help me get a man. We're gonna do Operation Teisha get a man.
something. We gonna change her name to Pam. God damn it. We got light skinned Pam. She don't even know.
You
She don't
so
know how long
jacked
it's gonna
up.
be. That's why
I
she was
don't.
confused. She was looking at that nigga list like, nah, it wouldn't be that. God damn it. So we can at least say that. You at least ain't try to go through the process
I
for
ain't trying
11
to do
years.
that. Now, I've been in a relationship for 6.5 years, and I really did go through processes of whose ball is in who where the ball it lies at, because I
Yeah,
feel like at one time I held the power and at other times he held the power, meaning that he made the decisions on where we're going and
yeah.
how long it's gonna be and when we're gonna get married. And there's decisions. I was like, no, I make this decisions. If we make it, it's because I wanted to make. Because oftentimes women do fall into the trap where the relationships is in the man's hands, and he make all the decisions on whether or not they're gonna get married, whether or not they're gonna stay together, whether or not they're gonna do
The
certain
man
things.
makes the decisions on getting married.
Absolutely. Excuse. Listen, let me tell you this. Women are
When?
naturally ready for the ring. Immediately when you meet a woman, she's probably ready to get married. She's just basically waiting on her knight in shining armor to show up and get on one knee and ask her. It is up to the man to get on his knee and ask, and we're waiting on him. Sometimes we'll wait 10 years for a man to ask. They be pressure. When you gonna ask me to marry you? When you gonna ask? Nowadays, women are actually taking initiative and asking men to marry
Ain't
them
nothing wrong with
because they
that.
take so long.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So yes, that's up to a man.
My little
Women
cousin
may
said you
pressure the
right.
hell out of see?
My little cousin said you right.
Women may pressure the hell out of a man to get married, but they're already ready. 9 times out of 10, a woman is ready. She's just waiting on the right one to make
Man,
her
I
a
mean,
wife.
niggas don't stand a chance. And you know what?
Yeah.
It's crazy that you say that because in terms of like that whole, I always thought it was just like from the beginning, thinking from that same mindset, it was always pressure. Always. It's like,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? Like you know in the back of your mind, like, damn, after we together for so long, that conversation gonna come up. You know what I mean? I was lucky
Mhm.
enough to be like, you know what I'm saying? My wife was trying to live her own life for the time being. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So she was like, nigga, I don't want to be committed like that right now. So
Wow.
well, I mean, she was figuring it out. It wasn't
She's
that
a
easy.
she's
It
a
was,
Taurus though, right?
yeah. It
Yeah,
wasn't that. That's why I
Taurus
said it wasn't
women
that
move slow.
easy. It wasn't that easy,
Taurus
goddamn it.
Taurus women move slow in relationships anyway, so
But
they like to pace themselves.
yeah. But she didn't. I mean, but you never know. But it's like I hear, I heard stories of just like, oh, people start dating and they already know they want to be married in 2 years, and they know they want to be married in 3 years and all that shit. And in my mind, it's like, how? You feel me? You talking about eternity. Now, the whole 11 years, I'm like, I get it, but like, I gotta be with you for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? So let
Mhm.
me ask you this. Let me pivot it this way. In terms of these stages that that niggas occupy, specifically for you, how long should somebody wait before they move in together? So let's say
Ooh.
that the interest stage is cool, the dating stage goes great. So now y'all in the relationship stage. When does it's
Mm,
like, maybe give you a key? When you do that shit.
expeditiously. No, I'm just playing.
Right. Oh
No,
boy,
do
listen.
not quote that. No,
Listen.
I think that.
Look, if my homie was watching, that nigga already be on my line. You know what I'm saying? You already have an admirer. I ain't gonna I don't
Oh,
even so you
no, you
better
know
don't
what?
speak too soon.
I honestly think that it is imperative that two people move in together to get a feel for it. Now, let me tell you this story. I was in a relationship with a guy, my kid's father, but I was in a relationship and we moved in together after 9 months of dating.
Of dating. So y'all wouldn't
Dating.
even
Okay, let me tell you this. It went from I like you. You cool. Okay, we're very compatible.
yeah.
That was probably like 5 minutes, and then the next 20 minutes, it was like, oh man, we dating. Okay, okay. And then I remember how he asked me for an actual commitment. We were walking inside a Walmart, and he grabbed my hand, and he was like, "You my girl now." And I was like,
Okay, I
so
get it. Like, oh my god, okay, okay.
okay. I was a little dizzy back then, thinking like,
Yeah.
okay. So then we were in a relationship. I mean, that was probably 2 months, and within 2 months, and
Damn.
then after 9 months of actually the whole thing from the time I actually met him, 9 months later, I was in a relationship. I was pregnant in 11 months.
Damn. Okay.
We moved fast. That was
Yeah.
fast. I was 20 then, but
No
we
wonder
moved
that,
fast.
but no wonder that 11 years didn't make sense to
It, 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 it,
you.
it, yeah, And
Yeah.
especially at 32 now. I can't imagine waiting that long. I was
Yeah.
42.
Yeah.
42? No.
You
No,
know that it's
baby.
it's wild that you say that. Because I think, this whole aspect, this part of the conversation is interesting because it's like the commitment aspect and all of that shit, right?
Yeah.
But let's do this. Let's have a real conversation. Over 30 question of the week. Let's get
Let's do it.
serious.
Let's get serious.
Let's get serious. We talking all of
Let's
this.
get
Oh,
serious.
moving in together shit. No, fuck that. We about to get into the
Let's
real
get
conversation. This was just about that meme. But let's get to the real shit.
okay. Let's make it spicy.
How long should anybody, male or female, wait for sex
Whew.
at this age? We grown. What Drake say?
I don't know.
Us. The Migos on the Migos joint.
I
First
don't
night, she gonna let me, cause she grown. You know what I'm
know.
saying?
Don't know it.
See, all right. Well, you need to catch up. See, I know you don't know. I know you don't know.
You know it.
You need to catch
What?
up. But
I
look, so here
do.
we are. This is the question because again, you stirred up some shit on social media.
Ugh,
So how did
always.
so how did that get started on social media?
So I like that question because oftentimes I feel that, and I also stood corrected because I was wrong. I thought for me that conversation had to happen when dating, when you're initiating it. Like for me, I want to know certain things about your likes and dislikes, and things about your past, things about what you've dealt with. I mean, your status, your whether or not you're healthy. That's huge to me. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It went blank. But yeah, I
Oh
want to
yeah.
know whether or not you're healthy. I want to know whether or not your thing work. I mean, a lot of things going in my mind, and I am very inquisitive, so I'm gonna ask questions. So I think for me, that question is very subjective. However, I definitely think that conversation should happen before you actually initiate sex. Like,
What
I think
conversation?
it's a conversation like, hey,
This is a lot. You got a lot. It be
I
a
mean, like,
lot.
no, for me, it's not like I'm gonna sit them down and be like, hey, so I think we should have sex. No, I think it's
No, you
like,
gonna ask him for his
have
birthday.
you
What time was
have
he
you
born?
it's just like, have you been tested? Have you like,
That's very responsible.
where
That's very
are we
responsible.
going with this? Like, is this, gonna be something that I want to act accordingly. So let me know what I'm doing. Am I just laying down for tonight, or it's gonna be for, a couple of
Okay,
months
so
like that?
so it's
And then
so it's not, it's a
I
case by case basis. That's what you're saying. It's case
it
by case
is,
basis.
it is, and then it's I do like I do it very subtle. Like it's like I be like, tell me your deepest, darkest fantasy. Let me hear that.
Look, and see that's where you fuck up because you
What?
talking to it be a nigga in this section. You got him in this area. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You hit him with one of them. He think he didn't just jump three. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well,
No, 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 no. Because listen, I have willpower, so I know how to actually play the game to where it don't get to that point.
uh
But
huh.
as adults, I think we all like to be mind fucked a little bit.
You know what
Hey,
that?
just to be completely transparent, I know as adults, we like to, especially if you're dating someone, especially if you're into, I'm not a nun, so I'm gonna definitely want to know what's your mind like, what
Like
you
where your
working with
head
up
at?
there, where your head at. So then you actually can go into those conversations. Like, speaking of which, and then you hit it with the questions, and
Yo,
then after that, you build that tension. You keep building it, and then bam, one night you watching Netflix, you chilling, sex happens.
oh, what? Listen, I'm telling you, this is, gentlemen, pay attention. This is the new age woman. These are the women
Mhm.
niggas is dealing with now. You being mind fucking, you don't even know it.
Thoroughly thought
Niggas
out.
being mind fucking, you don't even know. Cause look, I'm gonna be for real. Because I done been in a relationship for so long, I'm still a little childish in my ways. I'm gonna be for real because I'm still a little childish in my ways. You know what I mean? So it's certain things that you talk to me outside of if I'm like you know what I mean? You talking to me like I was in my 20s, early 20s. You say the wrong shit, like I'm not gonna know how to respond because you know men especially used to being the dominator. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Shit, you say some shit like that, like talking about fantasies and shit. Like I'm gonna be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, 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 nah.
like
See, listen, if a woman is very good with her wordplay, it ain't like some childish, what's your fantasy? She gonna know how to word it.
well, no,
She
that's what
gonna
I'm
know how to,
saying. Yeah,
she gonna know, and he's definitely gonna troubleshoot it.
Man, look, I'm telling you,
He's gonna think conscientiously about it. Cause
try
he's
to,
gonna want that conversation. He's gonna want her to actually open up Pandora's box.
yeah, talk like that,
Ex-
talk like that. I'm gonna try to keep up.
Exactly.
Lead me. You feel me? like,
He said he's like, yes, I've been waiting
lead.
on this conversation.
But you know what though? When I was younger, it was something that I preferred about older women. When I was younger, you feel me? Me and my wife are more compatible. You know what I'm saying? That's why her and I work. But it was something about like it was something in them. You know what I mean? Like they thought like this. You know what I'm saying? When I was a young nigga, they thought like this. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I used to
Wow.
like that shit. But it would be like, yeah, all that other shit though. You know, it came with other shit that I ain't like. So that's why.
Mm. See
so
that
I
it's good to have that energy match when you're vibing together and you're energetically compatible. You feel that pull towards someone. You actually feel that compatibility. You actually feel that energy. You actually vibing and on that frequency together. Man, those type of conversations will be unmatched. And you sharing that, it's like I mean, you guys can reach heights that you would never reach with anyone if
I'm
you have
definitely having
that
a
compatibility.
conversation with a woman. I'm definitely
It,
having a conversation with a woman.
you got,
I mean,
you
because I can
definitely.
respect that, and I definitely appreciate this perspective because it's so like where we at in terms of mentality and in terms of just having the conversation. You are coming from that holistic, you know, spiritual.
And condoms are important. So I need to know that status. I'm not just about to be just laying in bed with anybody. I've seen someone put seconds on there. Somebody put after dinner, they hopping in the bed with someone. After the
Word.
first dinner. I
So
said,
that
now,
get me to my next question. That get me my next question. Is there something wrong with that?
abso- absolutely.
Okay,
It's
so
it's
y'all shouldn't be just
definitely
getting it in off the break.
there's so many things wrong with that. First of
Okay.
all, as for me personally, I'm always coming from a biased perspective. But for me personally, a man cannot be that shallow to think that he can please me the same way he pleased every other woman without even knowing me.
Okay. So one, you
So
ain't even gonna know how to do it right.
narrow minded. How could you? That's asinine. How could you
Damn.
even think that you're gonna lay down with me and just stick and move like you do every woman? I think
Damn.
I'm a little more complex than that. So, with that being said,
Damn.
I think that you should try to get in my psyche a little bit deeper just to
Understand a
get to
little bit
figure
more.
me out because I'm gonna let you know and tell you about yourself and tell you how terrible it was. I've done that
Mm.
before. I've done that
Mm.
before. I've actually told
What
someone they
type
were
of
very terrible. They was hyping themselves up, and I said, actually,
was it? I mean, was it one that was just too early? It was just like you ain't learned enough. You ain't
no,
get
you
enough
know what?
game.
It's crazy. I actually knew this guy for 10 years and we talked for 10 years. Never, ever, ever had we ever did anything. Then, one thing just happened. I
It be
called
like
him
that.
up. It's like,
Yeah.
what's up? You've been waiting.
What's up? Back in the day, that was like you going to little black book, like you know what I'm saying.
Exactly,
Pull the nigga off
exactly.
the
You kind
bench.
of, yeah, you know what?
Pull the nigga off the bench.
Your
Ooh.
time has came. He took his sweats off. He put it like the
Hey,
back.
that shit used to. I used to be. I was one of those type of niggas. Like it was that. Like yeah. Hey, I'm cool. Like shit. Hey, I'm bad. Uh,
Put You ain't come.
Who?
So yeah, that happened honestly, and he was bragging. He thought he rocked my world, and I was just kind of like, about that. Let me tell you some things. And I honestly, I only did it because I mean, I think it's very important that women actually is very liberated and understanding of who they are and honest for men to actually better themselves. And that's me. I'm a better yourself. I would teach a man how to do certain things while we're doing it because
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like I'm super liberated when it comes to that, and I'm very comfortable talking about it. Um, but then just knowing. Secondly, I think that it's important to actually not have sex right away because you don't know someone's status, and I'm pushing that 100% because
No,
there's a
it's a
lot
question
of
of
things going
responsibility.
on.
It's
Yeah, it's a lot
responsibility.
of
Yeah.
things going on. And listen, people, condoms do not prevent all STDs. Condoms do not prevent, especially the major ones, like the ones you can't get rid of, the ones that's incurable.
Yeah.
That's
We ain't gonna
very
spend.
important. Syphilis, you have herpes. All those things are incurable, and they actually can get you can transfer them without or with the condom on. So that's very
Ridiculous.
important.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and then like certain other things and factors and variations play a big role into why you should not sleep with someone on the first date. You
Yeah.
can you can get pregnant and you don't even know this person. Like,
Mm.
oh, I don't even know this man. So
Mm.
now you don't know how many children he have. Or you might got to that point, but you don't know if he's father material. You don't know if y'all compatible. You don't know anything. So
Yeah, it's
that's
definitely
scary.
a question of you know what? It's like so responsible. I be so ready to be childish with shit. Like, yeah, yeah, I'm grown with shit.
You said let's
But
get serious.
yeah, but we got shit, we got real serious, goddamn shit. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
strapping it up
very
don't mean
important.
nothing. Hey, be
And
responsible, safe sex, goddamn it.
I've never actually had a one night stand where I can just. I've never did that before. Never did that before. Just actually just jumped in a bed with someone and just said, "Hey,
And
let's,"
just that was that.
yeah. No, I never did that. Honestly,
That's interesting.
am
That's
I missing
interesting.
out?
I wouldn't, because to be 100% honest, I've never done that either.
Oh,
Never. Because me, I had to figure it out. It was things that I had to know. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like it was just things that I needed to know. Uh, and plus, you know how they say, you know what I'm saying, one in the hand is worth two in the bush. So
Mm,
you get one guaranteed. Lock it in. You know what I'm saying? I
I
mean,
like
now
that.
when I say lock it in, I mean see what's up with it. You know what I mean? Go ahead,
Yeah,
pluck it, let it, and let it get right. It's like
yeah.
I looked at now that I'm older, I guess I had the same perspective of dating,
Uh-huh.
talking, all of that as you have with avocados.
I love
When you get
avocados.
avocados from the store,
Hmm.
you squeeze them and you get them firm, right? They firm.
Hmm.
When you take them home, you gotta let them sit on the counter for a little bit. You gotta let them ripen a little, and then right when they get that perfect amount of, what I'm saying, that softness to them, but still a little bit of firm. That's when you cut it in them hoes. Just do it just like that. So it's like it was more so I would prefer to pluck, let it get ripe, and then get it in the best possible opportunity. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Get it in the best possible opportunity and get the most out of it. Yeah, eating a green banana don't mean shit. That shit don't taste good. Let that
Nah.
motherfucker get yellow, maybe even a couple of brown spots on it.
Hey,
It's a much better banana.
it's a much better. That seasoned banana.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I understand that. Now I do have to ask though, what's too long?
Mm.
Is there a
Now,
such thing?
I don't think it is. Now, some couples actually want to wait until marriage, which is, perfect
I
for
have an opinion
them.
about that.
I want to hear your opinion about it because I also have an opinion about it. Please let me know
No, I
yours.
want you to go first. I want you to go
No, I don't want to be too vague. You
first.
go.
Okay. All right. Not a good idea.
Oh,
It's not a good idea. Waiting
mm,
to get married to have sex for the first time. It's not a good idea.
mm.
If sex means something to you. sex.
Somebody put the metaphor when you go to the car dealership to buy a car, you got to test drive it first, right?
Yeah, you don't just drive it out the lot. I mean, because uh, if sex means something to you, I mean, not even saying like that's everything, right? Like it's just a part of it. Like that's something that matters. Because as much as we hate to admit it, that's a large question of fidelity in relationships.
It is.
Like
It
that
definitely is.
accessibility. Like if you can't get it at home, get it from somewhere. Like that's the mantra. So from that perspective, it's like, yo, it if the first time that we doing this, I ain't got nowhere else to go. Like if the first time that we doing this, and I'm just like, yo, this is bad,
Mm.
like bad. Like
Mm.
I don't.
That kind of sting though. Like, how do you and this is a little off subject, but how do you tell someone after you've experienced sex with them that it's bad and then you quit them? Like, what do you do after that if it's bad? Like, do you say, you know what, this ain't working out, the sex is bad?
Well, I mean, it happens. Like it happens. I mean, not for me. Not for me. It's
Hey,
never
I
happened to
want
me.
to be a fly on the wall when a man or a woman tells them that their sex is that terrible, or what do they do? They play it off, or I mean, how does it work? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, is it something that they just say, "Hey, look, this ain't working. We're not compatible
Well,
sexually," you know? I think
yeah.
that
Again,
is
in my early day, what they call it now is ghosting. They call it now. They call it now ghosting. You just.
after sex, though.
I mean, after a couple
Damn,
times, I mean, it would have to be after a couple times. Like, damn, this is not
damn.
good. Because like I was still at a mindset to where like, I tried out. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm in my, what I'm saying, I'm in the crib. I just get this
It's
text like, am I in the mood for that?
oh,
Yeah, I'm
it's
in the mood
ugly
for it.
out here. It's
Yeah.
ugly out here. It's like,
But then it's just like after a couple times, it's just like,
hey,
yeah.
do you give them like a second, try to make sure that it's good? I mean, sometimes people need like,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
it it's it usually take
sometimes they don't
about a
play right the first game.
about a
So you
third
know,
time. About a third time. If
oh,
we
three
if
times?
yeah, if we trying to figure something out, you know what I'm saying, and try to get it, yeah, it's like nah. But I mean, for me, it definitely matters. Like that's why I can't speak for everybody, but if like our sex ain't good, then like I really that would be a problem. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like earlier earlier on, somebody like me is at a mindset to where it's just like, shit, I gotta see what's up. I mean, it ain't gotta be, yeah, it ain't just whenever, but holla at me. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
that's why it circles back around to actually vetting someone and actually getting to know them before you lie down with them, because you don't need a second, a third, or fourth try to make sure it's good, because you already know that person, so you know how to please them. You got into their psyche, you
Yeah,
dissected them, you dismantled them, them, you understand their perks and their tweaks and everything that they like, their spots, their erogenous areas. You understand all those
I don't even know what that
things.
means.
Erogenous areas is basically your spots,
Ah,
things that
so you gotta use
things
nigga
that get
language
you
with me. You gotta use nigga language with me.
things.
But see,
Erogenous area is basically your spots, where you get your neck,
but in
you
terms
know.
of like, in terms of just like energy though, right? Like, does intentions matter? You feel me?
Oh,
Like, I mean, because ultimately, like for some people, it's just like y'all just got that type of energy. You know what I
mhm,
mean? It ain't really nothing more. You know what I mean? Nothing less. But at the same time, if you want to be with somebody for a longer period of time, that
mhm.
energy got to match. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? So it's
oh
just
yeah.
like when we thinking about like how long and all these other things. How much does intention play a role in kind of gauging that? I mean, for you, from your perspective, or at least what you can guess, because I know from experience, maybe not so much. But if you could throw out a guesstimation,
Now,
what would you say?
did you just throw some shade to me?
Nah, that wasn't say. I mean, I just
Okay,
wanted you.
because I haven't dated.
I just wanted you to be able to speak from experience.
Okay, well,
But if
I
you ain't
think
got
so.
none, I can understand that too. You could just kind of speak from um
I got
Like
plenty
what
of
you see.
tea.
You got friends. Y'all talk. Go ahead.
Listen, I think intentions does matter. I think it's very imperative that you have that conversation. I'm a communicator. I like to communicate. Communicating is very important to me. So yes, it does matter. Energy is one thing. I can be energetically compatible with someone and pulled to someone. Um, but that doesn't mean that we're on the same level as far as where we're going. Like I've been compatible with several people, but that don't I can ghost them the next day. I'm that person. I mean, literally, I have to really be drawn to it. And I was actually, for me, I have to be in a place in my life where I'm wanting to do that. I'm wanting to go there. Now, someone may be ready for marriage, and I'm just like, I'm not ready for marriage. I want to get business out of the way, or I want to buy a home, or I want to make sure that my credit is in the right, whatever. And that person is like, okay, we're good together, we're good energetically, we have these nice vibes, have good talks, we're good communicator, we're compatible on so many different levels. You complete me, you finish my sentences, all that good color, all those good colorful things. But
The goofy shit.
if we're not on the same level as far as longevity, it doesn't matter. And
Mm.
that plays a huge role. And I think a huge role. And I think that is important to actually know someone's intentions. I'm very fickle.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I'm super fickle.
I think from you could argue that women are more invested in sex when they feel like it's something like long term with it. You know what I mean? Like when they, because
Absolutely.
I think it's a level of
That's true.
comfortability that
Hmm.
men have that women don't. Because in terms of this conversation, I got to make two things clear, and they kind of on opposite sides of the spectrum in
Hmm.
terms of in terms of the duality. But I first need to say this: men need to start valuing. Yeah, I mean, giving it up. I ain't gonna lie.
Ah,
Men need to do a better job of being like, hold your horses, sister.
pause.
I ain't with all that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we can
Pause.
talk, we can chill, we cool and everything, but I ain't really. You can keep them on, baby girl. Niggas need to understand the value of that.
So are you saying that men should have more willpower?
Now, hey, yeah, I don't think it's a
Uh,
question of. I don't think it's a question of will. Well, I guess. I mean, you know what? I don't think it's just a question of willpower because I look at it like
what you look at it like?
it's value because women be weak. They be wanting it. And they be going through it. But it's just like
Women,
it be
huh?
women be weak. Women be
Listen,
wanting
studies show statistically men think about sex every 2.5 seconds of a day.
it. Yeah,
Of the
probably,
day. So every
probably.
2.5 seconds on an average, men think about sex.
Okay, probably.
Women think about sex probably every 2 hours.
That shit ain't true.
That
Women
is
just better
absolutely
liars.
true.
That's
On
the
an
only
average.
reason why this
Don't get
statistic.
us wrong. Don't get us wrong. We actually want to, and we actually can and will initiate it if men actually knew how to not be such hounds about it.
I mean, but see, okay. That's where we agree.
I agree.
We
I
agree.
agree. I do agree
That's
that
where
you
that's where we
should,
could get control
men
back.
should hold back. Yeah,
Yeah,
men
that's where we
should
can get
hold
control
back
back. Be
just so
like,
he could see the woman in her element.
cause
And
look,
say,
I can speak for experience. Me personally, I was kind of shy. I was always trying to figure out. I don't know how to talk to girls. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't. It's hard for me. It was always hard for me to do small talk. I was a little nerd. I was on the debate team.
mhm,
So in college, it would be that's when you first had your experience with like, okay, girls coming to your apartment, you going over there, whatever.
mhm,
For me, it would always be this thing where like, all right, they would come, and I'd be nervous or whatever. So what I would do is I'll just talk to them. I'll just be myself. I just be
mhm,
like, this is conversation. I'm giving up conversation, giving up game, whatever. And it'll be some shit to where we end up talking till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
She don't leave till the sun go up. You feel me?
mhm.
By the time she leave, I'm like, damn, she here all night. Fuck, I fucked up. I'm thinking I didn't, you know what I'm saying, missed my opportunity. I'm looking like a lame.
Mhm.
But maybe a few hours later, on down the day, I get a text or whatever. She's trying to see me again. And I was like, damn, what is this? Why she
It's that void.
the next conversation would always reveal the conversation, right? And then the not trying anything always had them questioning. It's like, damn,
Mm.
why ain't trying nothing? They think they ain't not think I was cute. Da, 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 da. Even though she was gonna say no, this is why y'all so weird. This is because if I would have tried something, she would have said no.
Oh man, the categories. We all of us are not weird. Now, I have a rebuttal. I'm going to wait on you. I have a rebuttal though. Go ahead.
But look, so what I would do, I mean, so it would be like, all right, well, why he ain't try nothing. So then the next time they come through, a little bit more open. You know what I'm saying? A
Mm,
bit more aggressive, a bit more forward. You feel me? Because the game has been laid. They feel more comfortable with a nigga now. And then come to
mm,
find out, niggas don't even know how to hold conversations. The
mm.
bar was just low.
Wow.
Most women hadn't had that in terms of how I was chilling with, hadn't had somebody ask them what they thought about some shit. Well, what you think about
I,
this?
that's what I'm saying. That's what we agree on.
But see, this is where it
That
gets
is
dangerous
important.
because then
Uh,
they became game. It was like a cat and mouse thing for me. It was like a cat and mouse
oh.
thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
it. I mean, for real, especially with the type of that I attracted. It was like one of them things where quick little conversation, stay up all night talking, give it a little time, and like clockwork, I'm in
uh,
there, and it expedited the process because it was like, he ain't trying to do that. Oh, okay, bam, just a little bit more comfortability. You know
mm-hmm.
what I mean? And so, if niggas just put a little bit more, I ain't even value it. I just fucked up and just didn't do it.
Mm.
But just holding on to it. Just the perception that I was holding on to it. Just the perception had him like, well, shit, I give it up.
Wow. So as soon as you mastered how the back and forth goes, you actually created a game, a mental game
Yeah.
to actually play on a woman to get sex. Y'all
Wait,
ladies hear this?
no, 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 no. You're not gonna do that. 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 No, 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 no. No,
I
no,
was
no,
just
no, no.
playing. I was just playing.
It
No, no,
wasn't
no, no.
because it
I know.
wasn't a game. It was like well, it was a game. It was definitely a game. But but I think, it was one of them things where at least
After you see how the first time the woman reacted to that, you had to have that stimulus. You have to have that void filled every time. Because you're gonna miss the stimulus of that back and forth. It was like invigorating to you after that. It was like, dang,
I mean, nah, it
I
was
like
because
that she came on to me. I like that she wanted it. She
and it was
desired it.
and then then it wasn't a question, it wasn't about being shy. It was just like, hey, I know how to be that catalyst. I know, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like, I know how to put you in that position where it's like, and it's a question of
mm,
comfortability. You know what I mean?
mm,
When women feel like they gotta be guarded, you know what I'm saying? They
mm.
more likely to be defensive. Don't make them feel
Wow.
guarded. Like you said, hounded. Like women feel hounded. That's the perfect word to use about how they feel. Fall
Oh
back,
wow.
fall back.
I think that's very tantalizing. The how you really would go and create that nuance of a mindset and I
And
get how that can work too. I get how that can work in your favor. As
and
a
it was,
woman, I
because
definitely
the
get
first time it
that.
happened, I was just like, huh.
I
It's
definitely get
always
that.
the conversation that happens on the second day. That second day
Wow.
conversation is always like,
Wow. She moves fast.
and then look, because you always get to the point where y'all be talking on the phone. It was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I liked you too. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was glad that I gave you my number. Da, 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 da. And it would always
Mm-hmm.
be like, yeah, when I came over, it was like he didn't try nothing. They would always say that. It was
Oh, you was
always
you was
surprise.
definitely in the group chat.
And
You was definitely in the girlfriend's group chat. Can y'all believe he didn't try nothing?
fucking right,
He didn't touch me. Oh no, he
fucking
gay
right,
girl.
fucking right. You know what I'm saying?
Something wrong with him.
And then you knew they was talking about it because shit. I show up at the little parties, whatever, little people in. They be standing in a little group. I see all of them. How y'all
Let
doing?
me take sidebar, ladies, men. If you enter a group chat with women, she either like you or she don't like you. She don't give a fuck. Now, certain things that would definitely tell. For
Yeah.
me, and I'm giving the game up. For me, we have this code. If you, I shouldn't say this, but listen,
Hey, I done
the
gave up a lot
penis,
of games. Stop
the the
playing.
the, the penis pictures. If your penis picture enter a group chat, she do not give a fuck about you.
You know what? I never
She
understood that.
don't care about you.
I never
Because
understood that.
no woman is gonna show a penis picture of a man she's interested in to her girls.
That's
So if
embarrassing.
you
That's why
enter
I never would have did that. I ain't
group
about to end
chat,
up in nobody group me. Y'all got me fucked up. I
I've
ain't even
never
up in
did it.
nobody group me. I
Younger
should. I
days.
wasn't even sending
Now I'm
pictures.
married.
I wasn't even sending pictures. You couldn't even be like, girl, do you know it? Nah, you couldn't even do that. You couldn't do
No,
that.
no, no, no. It's very imperative that you don't do that. But that's something that you can. That's very something that you can actually,
You know, and that's
utilize.
why, and but you know what? That's why I was like, if niggas just understood, it just took the time to take a step back and understand the game. It's much easier. Women only got the control of the game primarily because they got a little bit more patience.
The game has changed. Just the tables have turned. Now I can see how that would work in men's favor as
Oh,
far as
today,
men, because
today it would be. I
yeah,
would be
that's
a
game
killer.
over.
I would be a
Oh my,
killer.
the game complete.
The world
That
need to
that would
thank my
definitely.
wife.
You know what? The man will hold all the cards in a relationship if he becomes poised in that aspect, because already the marriage is up to a man. But
Yeah,
now
niggas just
you're
give it
telling
up.
me
Niggas just
sex
give it up.
is like now for me as a woman, I'm more of a go with the flow. So if he's not initiating it, I'm not initiating it. Now, if we going around talking and doing all certain things together, I'd rather get to know someone first anyway. So the longer we take to get to know each other and eradicate the sex for a little bit, that'd be cool for me. But at a
You
certain
know
point,
what?
I'm gonna be like,
That's a great transition.
you okay?
That's a great transition because actually I ended up in that predicament because that's what my wife did. She like was not talking
Mm.
about it for like a year. She was
Wow,
not
yeah.
for a year. I mean, I respected it because like you said, I wasn't the type of nigga to be like, oh, we not having sex, so I ain't gonna talk to
Mhm.
you no more. Like, nah. Like, I
Oh.
mean, we both we was in that talking stage, so it was just like,
Mm.
because for me, that's why I was trying to be cool. Because for me, the talking stage, if we talking back in the day, if we talking,
Look,
we ain't
nowadays
talking.
people move on so fast that would never happen.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what. But and I respected that, and it made me respect her even more because it was like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, I respect myself, nigga. Like, I love it. I'm like, I'm here for it. Shit, I ain't gonna disrespect you. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And then you
hilarious.
value it a little bit more. It mean a little bit something. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
hilarious.
It mean a little bit something. So in
Mhm.
terms of like, I mean, yeah, I got like, of course, as a nigga, I'm up here like, hey, few conversations.
You're like,
I mean, I think we should, you know what I mean? But ultimately, when a nigga was like forced to wait and you a nigga recognized it was worth it, it was like, hell yeah,
what about
that
actually
works for
making
me.
it audible to a woman? Like, hey, I think that we should take it slow. We should, get to know each other better.
Nah, I think
Yeah.
it's best to play it cool. Just don't even let her know you thinking about it.
Typical
Uh,
men behavior.
yeah, don't even let her know you think ain't even on my mind. Sex, what?
What? What's that?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? Put that dead prayers.
Hey, this is, hey, ladies, listen up. They changing the game on us.
Nah,
They
nah, nah,
changing the
nah. We
game
ain't about
on
to
us.
reverse this. Y'all done changed the game, and I'm here to help my niggas catch up. God damn it. Y'all changed the game, and I'm here to help niggas
Oh,
catch up. That's all
they
this
gonna
is.
start.
And I'm trying to
So you
tell my
mean to
niggas,
tell me
niggas, listen. The
men gonna
sisters
start
do it.
standing up? Uh,
Niggas be sitting there, y'all be sitting there looking stupid, and she playing with you, all because she thick. Nigga be sitting there like, man, nigga, she playing games, bro. And she at home. You think y'all fighting for real? Nah, y'all not fighting for real. Y'all ain't no real
mm,
fuss.
that's a good one, ladies.
Ain't no real
Start a
fuss,
fight. When in
nigga.
doubt, start a fight.
Yeah, yeah. She just wanted space. She knew you. She knew what you was trying to do, and you was too fast. You just over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it, my niggas. If niggas stop and excuse my rhetoric, if niggas stop sugar dicking and be like, you know what I mean, this is it just throwing it out there like holiday candy, and really been like, hey, baby girl, hold on, you cool? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
You know what I mean, I'm just dropping you off. You know what I mean?
I don't know how I'm gonna feel feel about that? I mean, I'm not an
I
initiator
know you don't know how
anyway,
you gonna feel about it. I know.
but that would definitely bamboozle me.
Yeah, I know.
I
That's
would
why niggas
definitely
need to
feel
do it.
bamboozled.
Because y'all think, hey, bro, niggas, they think very low of us. I'm telling you, the bar is low.
Low,
The bar is
very
low.
low.
Like I said, just being able to have conversations. I mean, and
Men
it
are
worked in
predators.
it worked in my favor because I just didn't know what else to talk about.
Men are predators. I don't think that's gonna work. Y'all naturally predators. It's in your
See,
DNA. It's
you
in
see what she doing?
genetic. It's in your genetic makeup to
You
to go out and prey on
nah,
women. Yeah,
nah, we not.
definitely,
Hey, listen,
definitely.
but hey, but see, we just gotta adapt. We gotta be apex predators. Apex
I
like a
know.
shark. Sharks, they just bite real quick and back off. They
That's
bite
it.
real
That's
quick and
it.
back off.
Symbolic
That's
for men hitting. How
but
it
nah.
takes.
See, it's more so. What impact do you leave when you meet a sister? What impact
Mm,
do you leave? You know what I'm
mm.
saying? Not the first time you hit, but when you actually, I mean, when you get them ears to perk up, them
That
eyebrows to raise,
that will stimulate a woman. I know for a
man.
fact that'll stimulate a woman.
Shit, ask
If
her,
he's
ask her what she
impactful,
think about that. Ask her what she think about. It don't matter what the fuck it is. Just be like, huh, what you think about that?
get to know her though. Like she's like must she might be interested in certain things. Find out her very interest. Find out her very interest and play on it. Like actually indulge in it a little bit. Like if she's interested in politics, get into politics. Talk about politics.
Any
Like
of that shit, what
you know,
fashion, any of that shit. Oh,
yeah. And
shit, or
then
maybe some shit
yeah,
that she really don't even know, but make it seem like, oh, you ain't heard. Well, nah, so
mhm,
da, 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 da. You know what I mean?
absolutely. And then hit her with that. Nah, we're gonna wait. Oh, she'll be all over you. She'll be,
Yeah, man. That's what I'm
she'll be
saying. It's
all
just
over you.
like it's a question of like, listen, show them that it's worth it.
Uh-huh.
Show them that it's worth it. You
If
know
a
what I
man is
mean?
impactful, he definitely can get it.
See, and leave it like be a shark, brothers. Be a shark, because these sisters, they developing this new spiritual, mental. They exploring your chakras and they know your aura
Absolutely.
colors and all of that shit. You
I
know what I'm
do
saying?
all that. All
Look,
that.
she do all.
Auras, energy,
That's why I'm here.
magnetic fields, all
Do
that.
all of
All
that shit.
that.
So at least we
Hmm.
gotta understand. We at least gotta get to the point where we understand the mental, the psychological shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Anything else you want to
Men,
leave with the people?
ladies, stay on your A game. Stay on your A game.
Fellas, we
They
not that
trying to they trying to they trying to switch it up on us. Stay on your A games,
and we
ladies.
gonna switch it up. We gonna switch it up. You know
They're
what I'm
trying to
saying?
switch it up.
We gonna switch it
They
up. Especially
listen.
us
They
over
don't have
30
any.
men. Us
Listen,
over
hey,
30
isn't
men.
it? Ain't it a thing? What's that movie called with Nick Cannon? Chirac or whatever it's called. With basically they withheld sex from all the men to actually decrease the violence in the city, and all the gangsters, the women withheld sex from them for a certain amount of. Yeah, it's actually a movie based on that. So they thought that basically by withholding sex, the women went on a strike by withholding sex from all their men in this state. I think it was Chicago,
They
and
stop
then
fighting.
they would stop the violence. They thought that they would stop the violence. No, if it was killing, no sex. So basically, the woman was like, "I'm tired of the killing. We're not having sex until this killing decreased." So the men were going crazy.
And started killing some more.
They were going crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. They was like mad, temperamental, angry, on the
Yeah,
edge. So
yeah.
that is a proven fact that y'all can't do it.
Listen, hey, once we start listening, and once the over 30 get his groove, you feel me? And we start getting the listeners that we supposed to be having, I'm telling you, I'm gonna change the game. I'm gonna change the game. I'm gonna change the game. Cause y'all already y'all got y'all lane, y'all got y'all groove, and I'm gonna figure it out. I mean, I'm gonna do my research on my crystals. I'm gonna do that shit tonight. You know what I mean? The
You
charging
have
and
to.
shit, all of that. So, we're gonna get it cracking. But we can do this, man. We can do
I
this.
don't know.
We can
I'm
control the flow.
definitely.
We can control the game.
It'd definitely be a show to watch.
And you know what I mean? When you got people like my sister here, you feel me, who not used to that and is also kind of in a drought. You know what I mean? It's because it be the respectable sisters in the drought that you got to hit with, because that's the ones that be in the drought for real.
Hilarious.
Because they don't be fooling with the knuckleheads.
Hilarious.
They
At
be
a
like,
certain
nah, nigga, you
age,
gonna wait.
You're right. At a certain age, a woman gets more uh she crave it a lot more, and she gets more vulnerable, and then she also for hit she hit with, from sidetracked it from a man that actually says that he's going to withhold it, and just want to chill out and get to know her, and then she's already at a certain age where she's vulnerable. She's like,
Mm.
oh no, mm-mm, no. Like, especially if she got a high sex drive. I for one, I like to pace myself a little
Yeah.
bit, so I'm cool with
She
waiting.
said
I'm
pace
cool with
herself.
it. But it's like a lot of women out here that's not,
It's like you run the straight and walk the curves.
good analogy. I like that.
Yo,
I like that.
we better hear for a minute. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and close this one out. Hopefully y'all learned something. If anything, be safe. Be grown, but be safe. You know what I'm
One
saying?
night of pleasure can be a lifetime of pain.
Yes. Or child support. You know what I mean? So yeah. Y'all be easy. Until next time, we out.
Well, yeah.
And that is